Who are we gonna boot off the island?
I feel like a slice of butter melting on top of a big old pile of flapjacks.
Play the victim and you will be the victim.
Very good, Frank. Very impressive. Ultimate punch!
What's up? What's
Oh! You hit the soft part of my belly.
You just got killed by a Daewoo Lanos, motherfucker! How you like me now, huh? You are, because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Ask yourself, why has he got his hat pulled down like that? He's fuck ugly.
Frenches instead. Oh, yeah.
Wow. I don't like this.
Power of Christ compels you!
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty.
I offer you a nice egg in this trying time? Yeah, he's got an egg, you might...
Don't worry, I'm here. I'm here. First live stream of 2026. My goodness. It's crazy. Sorry I was late, but Dave decided to stream at 5:30, so I was trying to wait him out, but he's still going, which is fine. But after this, you should go over and check out his channel, Display Model Behavior, that is, because he is ranking, well, not ranking so much as listing 100 YouTubers to check out. So there's quite a few people. I threw some names out there that I really appreciate as far as the last year of me meeting new people and interacting with new people. So after that, go check out that list. I'm on there. So, it's a good list, right? But we won't blame Dave for me being late. That was my choice. I decided I'd rather watch Dave than go live right now. But yeah, I've changed up the channel slightly. I fixed my background so that when I do this, you see my whole name. I changed my icon. I got pink hair in it. Some people are like, that's red. Well, I want to get it that pink so it looks almost red. And the hair dye does not stay in my hair, it seems, because this is already washing out. But I need to get more pink hair dye, throw some more in there so I can get to that level of pink on my hair, because that'll be fun. Channel updates, like, I know it's not been that long since I went live, but we're at 39:30 right now. I was at like 30, 38, like 70 something for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I kept pushing and I kept doing stuff. And obviously I've been working and not being able to do stuff, but I put out some content, I pushed some stuff, and now we're at 39:30. So we're 70 subscribers away, 70 away from 4,000, 70 away from finally giving away that Mofex Spider-Man, and then moving onwards to bigger and better things like 5K. So my plan is hopefully by the end of this year to hit 6K. I know that's a big ask, 2,000 subscribers, but I've done it before in a year. If I really focus and try to make this like, not that I'm getting paid as a part-time job, but if I essentially try to look at this as my part-time job, like Dave does, always churning out content and all that stuff, I think I could really start to get that algorithm going, get YouTube to start throwing my shit out there, and hopefully just gain the right. And that's the thing. Like, quick subs are fine and all that stuff, but I want my content to be relatable to the people watching my content. I want the people who see my channel who understand where I'm coming from, because mostly I just talk about toys, right? But as a trans woman, as a person who has dealt with stuff, I don't want unwelcoming, horrible people in my community, and I don't want them in the toy community in general. I want people who are willing to look at what we have in common, which is toys, and go from there. And just look at the whole community as that, rather than trying to attack people, pick other people apart, do this stuff, start drama with people, all that kind of stuff. So before we go any further, let me just say hey to the chat really quick. Kaiju Kitty, sucks that you're sick, but I did shout you out on Dave's video, so you're on that list of YouTubers. Matt with 2 T's, how's it going? I saw you in Dave's stream. Who else we got here? Spaded One, McDysentery, hello, with a cockroach. Leia, what's going on? Hello, hello. My nose is draining. I'm probably going to pass out again in like 10 minutes or 5 or 30 seconds. Well, Kaiju, we'll be here when you get back, probably. Well, as long as it's within an hour, but I hope you feel better. Wakanda Figure Slayer, what's up? It was good to see you on stream the other day. And I know you were asking about my Rascal Roundup, the open mic. It is happening this Saturday, so this is general PSA for everybody. This Saturday, Rascal Roundup, and I really want people to bring their top. I don't think we're gonna get through a top 5, but bring your top 3 figures that you got this year. If you want to go on stream, show them off, talk about them, give your opinions. That's what we're going to be doing for a lot of the roundup this Saturday. I want to try to have a topic and then go from there afterwards. But we are definitely going to have a lot of fun talking about toys on Saturday. It starts at 8 p.m. EST, barring Dave going live and me wanting to stick around and watch it. It may be delayed, but I try to stick to my schedule. That's another thing in 2026. Thursdays, Saturdays are for streaming, and then Sundays as well for gaming. I really want to pivot into gaming. I went through and I changed all my old thumbnails for my gaming ones. I put more effort to them. I made them look a lot better. So I'm really trying to not expand what I do, because I feel like what I do is all under the same spectrum. TV and movie reviews, video game streams, and then action figures are, of course, the majority of my content. What I do best, what I enjoy doing the most, but you can't always buy figures. I do have some coming, and surprise, surprise, they're Marvel Legends. But I would like to have myself known for just being a pop culture kind of hub for content, as it were. I like to do everything. I don't want to be one of those people that I have a gaming channel and I also have a channel for movie reviews. No, I want to keep it all here. And I know that it's hard to keep a pattern of, oh, they did figure reviews, now they're live gaming, what's going on? But if I do more of that all the time, those little circles will find everybody that they need to, and then we'll all come together on live streams, hopefully, and have a good time and enjoy each other's company. And I think that that's what I want to do. I really want to focus 2026 on getting my YouTube channel where I think it needs to be for myself, to be proud of what I'm doing. I want to put more effort into what I'm doing, make sure my videos are presentable. That's why I fixed this background. I made it, I think it looks good with all the figure photography that I've done, and it kind of represents the spectrum of what I do, which is SH Figure Arts, anime stuff, Marvel Legends, Indiana Jones, Street Fighter is on there. So yeah, I want to expand. And I want to keep this party train going. Happy New Year indeed. Cartoons and Cannabis, hello. Viva la revolution. Jeans Gems, hello. Congrats on the ascension of subs. Thank you, thank you. I hope so. That's the plan. 6K and beyond. Hello. Plastic Skulls, what's going on? How are you? Perfect. It'll be on my calendar. Cool. There you go. What is wrong with this person? Goodbye. Why did I even put that up on the screen? It's all good. I was told people who try to combine topics struggle more, but who cares as long as you have vision. And yeah, it's about the algorithm. It's about, oh, they were live doing this, but that's why I want to set schedule for the stuff that I do. Like if I'm doing a TV review, I need to set it for a certain day. If I'm doing a gaming stream, I need to set it for a certain day. So that way the people that tune in for that always get notifications for that. Because the thing about YouTube, how it works is if you just randomly pop in, if you're a big YouTuber, that's fine. It'll throw your video out to everyone, whoever. But if you have a smaller channel and you say, do a review every, you do a review every week, it's going to push that stuff out. But if you do a review once on a Tuesday and then once on a Friday and all that stuff, if you stay consistent with the day and that kind of stuff, it will be more rewarding to you. So if I stick to doing my figure reviews, members first go up whenever, and then the video goes up Tuesday for everybody. Then I have my live stream on Thursday. I have my other live stream on Saturday, and then my gaming stream on Sundays, and then throw in the extra random videos like when I have something to talk about. That'll be great. And that's the format I really want to keep. I want to stick to the schedule that I have and keep it going. But all of that aside, happy 2026. We are hopefully in for a better year this year, because 2025 was absolute trash. It's a terrible fucking year. But today we're going to talk about some toys. let's see here. Share screen. Screen 2, allow. I really hate that it just automatically assumes you want to do the vertical stream. I need to make sure that I check that not to do vertical. I just want to do horizontal, so I don't get all the trolls popping in here. All right, so we're gonna look at some toys now. I did have some stuff on the thumbnail that I thought we'll start with these guys because they are expensive. These are 1/12 figures that I just saw, and they are very expensive. Like this is 1/12, right? It's $136.99. And let me see if this works. No, that doesn't. It's like some futuristic like samurai soldier dude. Looks really cool. I don't know about the helmet, but my main thing that I wanted to talk about this is why is it $165? I know imports are expensive. I know there's certain things that cost more, but this just looks like a G.I. Joe guy, not G.I. Joe, but like a futuristic military guy with some cool weapons and some cool gear. And yeah, the quality is absolutely insane. It's just, is it $165 insane? Because the other one is even more. Is this the one? No, this one's $136. And then it comes with swappable headpiece. I'm guessing there's some kind of lore behind this because there's like a zombie space mutant face. Where 2025 was good, it was damn good. Where it was bad, it was awful. Yeah, that's the highs were high and the lows were as low as we've ever gone before. Okay, so who makes this? Expedion. So this is what he comes with, and that's where it's like, okay, why is it so much? And I understand it's an import. I understand the quality is better, the articulation is better, but at this point in toy collecting, something's got to be reasonable for me to get it. Like a single figure for this much, you could get at this point, let me see, 30, 60, 90. You could get 4 Marvel Legends. And I'm not saying, oh, Marvel Legends are better than this. Obviously, you can get more of them because they're cheaper and they're more affordable. Or G.I. Joes for the same reason. You can get more because it's more affordable. But if you really want quality and you want to, that's another thing. Like this is an army builder. You see the 2 different heads that it has. If you want more than one of these guys, you're dropping over $100 for however many you want. And while some people like Woody 222, the figure addict, have seemingly unexpendable income and can army build out the wazoo, I'm sure even he would be getting as many if G.I. Joes cost $130. That's a good question why it costs that much. It's beyond tooling and paint. It's all about the profits. Yeah. And I'm sure importing, like it being a foreign company, has a lot to do with the price here in the States at the very least. I'm sure if you got this in China where it's being produced probably, or wherever it's being produced, I'm sure if you got it there, it would be probably half the cost, which is more reasonable. That's a $50 figure for being kind, which I'm not. That's a $30 figure. It's $90 import price. Okay. So it's below 100. So, you know, that's insane. It looks cool. Tactical arm, something or other. It looks crazy, as does this one. But this one is $165. Now this is insane. The head is cool, all that stuff, but it's essentially the same figure with different head and arm pieces, and that adds a $30 price tag to it as far as BBTS is concerned. I don't know if this is the same thing, just more deluxe. Like you get 3 of these guys and 5 of the other guys, or whatever, however you'd want to army build if you're into that kind of stuff. But you know, it's essentially the same figure. It just comes with, there's a lot more product shots too. So I'm guessing the original head that it comes with is kind of semi-transformed with the other one, and then you get this full-on like leech monster head coming out, which is where the extra $30 lies, I'm assuming. And I don't want to be known as like a Marvel Legends channel. Like I really don't. But as far as the pricing of figures and paying bills and all that kind of stuff and stuff that I really enjoy, I like Marvel. I like Star Wars. And then when Mattel starts making their GC stuff, if that's good and is in scale, I'm going to start collecting that. So there'll be a lot more of that. But it's just where I'm at as a collector. It's like I have some really expensive import stuff. I have some Mofex. I have some Mezcos. I have some SH Figuarts. I have a lot of SH Figuarts. I've got some Romanki. Well, one Romanki. She was on my number 3 on my top 10 list this year. But it's just how I can make my hobby is by buying the cheaper stuff. Would I love to have something cool like this? Absolutely. But I can't afford it. I really can't. They are also doing a cool stand that you can buy in addition as well. Okay, well, someone will buy it. Oh, that's cool. I'm assuming that leech head is in a wire, so it moves. That's pretty cool. So you get the extra neck piece, you get the extra hands, and maybe a couple extra weapon pieces, but it is really the same figure with some new bells and whistles. There is no reason to ever buy an action figure for more than $25 to $30. It's no longer a toy. It's no longer a community thing. It's an elite, obnoxious 1% of the community. And there are some people that think that way, but there are other people that I like that can collect a Mofex and a Marvel Legends and see the value and the worth in both of them. And I like to feel like I'm one of those people. Like I have a Mofex Spider-Man. I have a Mezco Spider-Man. I have the Marvel Legends Spider-Man. I genuinely think that the Maximum Spider-Man is the best of the 3. Based on I'm not going on pure quality, but I'm going on articulation, the durability of the figure, the wear and tear on a figure. Like that Mezco Spider-Man will not hold up. That costume, if you put him in anything other than like a vanilla pose, his suit will get stress marks and start to tear. So I just leave him sitting in one pose. And then the Mofex, I love the Mofex Spider-Man. In fact, like I said, I'm giving one away at 4K. We're almost there. We're almost there. But I genuinely think that the Maximum Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man figure that has been produced at a decent price for you to hold in your hands that you cannot break by moving it around, because the QC on the Spider-Man was mostly paint apps, not really articulation and gummy joints and all that stuff, which other Maximum figures have. But I genuinely, like, it was my number 1 figure this year, Maximum Spider-Man. It's no topping it. Spider-Man's my favorite, articulates the best. I really, really dig that figure. So, when it comes to expensive figures, there's a time and place for everything. If it's something you really want and no one else is making it, like, for instance, for me, the Ranma 1/2 figures that I have, the SH Figuarts ones that are super expensive now, they're reissuing them kind of, but like repainted with some updates, less accessories. I'm going to buy those because they're the only Ranma 1/2 figures coming out right now in 1/12 scale that are fully articulated. So there's an SH Figuarts that I will carve out the money of my budget. And that's another reason I want to grow the subscribers. The more subscribers, the more people watch your content, the more money you get. And unfortunately, that's essentially how I buy my toys, is YouTube money. I get paid like once every 2 months, and I'll splurge sometimes. Like for instance, I essentially blew one whole YouTube payment on that Conan figure, which was in my top 10. So I'd say it was worth it. The Frazetta Girls Conan. So it's all about what you want and what you enjoy. I would never look at someone buying a Marvel Legends and think less of them because I collected Mofex or Mezco or anything like that. So if you drop it off your shelf, and I've had some of my imports break, and when my Marvel Legends fall, they don't break. So, quality of goods versus quantity with some quality built in, it's a toss-up. It really is sometimes. A friend had a Mofex, they dropped it and the face broke in half. Fine China is extremely expensive. You drop that, just like anything, whatever you collect, if anything that you collect is fragile or breakable, you are making kind of an agreement with yourself. I'm going to treat this with respect, so to the best of my ability, I don't break it, so I'm not out that money. If you break a toy, if you can't get it replaced, you either stuck with a broken toy, or you got to fork over money for it. So, I would rather have a toy that I'm not going to have to worry about breaking if I drop it from 6 feet, which is probably the highest shelf that I have. But I just thought those were interesting. It's not something I'm going to get, but I saw those. They look cool. There's definitely some cool stuff about them. Sam, how's it going? Happy New Year's to you too. Happy New Year's. We got a reissue here Speaking of import over, domestic, well, Mezco's not an import, they're an American company, but of course they produce overseas, I believe. I could be wrong. But this is a reissue. This is not a new Gambit. This is a reissue. And 116 isn't bad, but I think when this guy came out, he was like $90 to $100. But he looks great. But what I really want, as a Marvel collector, pardon me, I don't want to I have so many legends. I love my legends. As much as I hate the worst legends, I love the best legends. I already have some Mezco Spider-Man. I have Spidey, I have Green Goblin, and I have Morbius. I really don't want to get more because then I'm committing to another line to fill out a team. And if I just got a Mezco Gambit, he's not going to fit in with my legend shelf. So where is he going to go? On my Mezco shelf where I don't have any other X-Men. So it's easy for me to pass on something like this, but at the same time, I really want Legends to make a new updated pinless butterfly joint double torso articulation fucking Gambit and release it in a Rogue with the same kind of body, put the butterfly joints, figure out how to put the jacket on, give her the basic classic look. Give me those. That's what I want from Gambit in Rogue. But this guy looks great. It's a reissue of an older Mezco, so it's got some older articulation and passing as well. Yeah, it's too expensive. It's just too expensive. It's just not a toy to me. It's not some little fun. It's beyond regular hobbies. I get it. I get it. We all have our own opinions about toys and collecting and our habits and all that stuff. But this Gambit is definitely sick. I like the stylization. His face sculpt works well for Mezco. Some of the Mezco head sculpts are not that great, but this guy looks good. Mes amis, my name is Remy. I'm from Louisiana. That was terrible. That was awful. I apologize. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself. That was a little bit better. I love Gambit. He is my favorite male X-Men. My favorite female X-Men is Rogue. Gambit is my favorite male X-Men. Then Wolverine, because I'm basic. I still don't think we have the perfect Wolverine. I love the fucking Gamerverse Wolverine, but he's too damn big. So if Legends would shrink that down by like 0.75%, not that much, but like 0.75. That's not a whole percentage. They would shrink it down just a little bit, bring him a little bit smaller. We would have the perfect Marvel Legends Wolverine. Maximum X-Men would be ideal. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I apologize. That was terrible. Sometimes my voices are good. Sometimes they're bad. Mezco Gambit is a dangerous Gambit. He's an entry point to a 3,000. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I will definitely be passing on this Mezco reissue, although he looks fantastic. In fact, I may not. I have the Mezco Nightwing on pre-order, and I'm probably not going to get that because I have the Moff-X Batman. It's like, why would I have the Mezco Nightwing if I have the Moff-X Batman? I want uniformness. I want compatibility. I want scale relation as far as that's concerned. The only time I go over 100 to 150 for figures is when NECA is offering. I get that. Their Alien Queen looks really cool. I know they were reissuing that. I don't personally collect NECA anymore because of their bad customer service. Not last year anymore, 2 years ago, with the Donnie Sewer Lab and essentially blaming customers for their mistake. You have to send it back or you'll be banned. This is really cute. This is really cute. But NECA does make some really quality looking figures as far as sculpt and paint and all that stuff. And they're getting better at the articulation. I saw those 2012 TMNT. Those look good. Those look like a lot of fun and look like solid figures. But this is so cute. It's $80 though, and it's a freaking model kit. Wow. I'm really worried about how they're going to handle Nightcrawler. That's why, I'm just sticking with the Legends when it comes to Marvel. They can taunt me with so much Marvel stuff, and I will close my eyes to it. I'll put my blinders on and be like, nope, I'm sticking with the cheap shit. Because I know for the most part, I'm going to be all right with what I get, unless it's another fucking Sunfire body, and then I will tear my fucking hair out. Oh, Corrupted Collectibles, how's it going? Everybody, go check out their channel. They do a really awesome live stream. It's a lot of fun. Topless Tuesdays, a lot of guests on there. So check out Corrupted Collectibles. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. And yes, the price of this model kit is insane to me. $81.99 for Wally. And I'm hoping it's 1/12. Let's see what it says. 5.90 inch. Yeah, it's Wally is like a big robot. Just you don't know the scale until the humans are on the screen. So he's not like tiny. So you could fudge him in a 1/12 display. Comes with a little lunchbox. Wow. I love that movie. I've only seen it like once or twice, but it's so cute. Back when Pixar was goated. Mafex for my X-Men. Well, there you go. That's a commitment too. $80. It's like a whole ass MG Gundam. Yeah, right? I know, but it's Wally. When have we ever gotten a Wally figure? When? I don't think we've ever gotten one. And he's so articulated. There's this game called Disney Dreamlight Valley that I was obsessed with for like, I don't know, like 6 to 12 months. I don't know if I was playing it for a year or not. I was about to say 6, 7. You know, I have to do that now. Cause yeah. But I played it for a long time, and you can get Wally and a bunch of other Disney characters as your like neighbors, and it was so cute. It was a lot of fun. Disney Dreamlight Valley is like Animal Crossing, but Disney, and I fucking love that game. I couldn't figure out the size and if it mixes anything. Not super attached to the movie, but I do like cute robots. Who doesn't like cute robots? Who doesn't like cute robots? Especially ones that go Wally. Wally. The only time I go over is when NECA or Super 7 are dropping a 4 turtle pack. Ah, okay. See, I was right on the money with my comment too, talking about those turtles. So, see, I knew. Kind of reading the mind there. I think this is their first. Okay, so it's by Gong and Pop Mart. Let me see what Gong. No, just Wally and these cool effect pieces. That's cool. Huh. I've never seen that before. So Gong is making this model kit. Did you see the Wild Robot? Did you like the film? I did not see it. Why am I talking like I got marbles? Did you see the Wild Robot? No, I haven't seen that. I feel like I should watch it though if it's about cute robots. I don't like cute robots. That's a lie. We all know it's a lie, Kaiju. If you don't like cute robots, you have no heart. Just look at him. He's just like, hello, I'm Wally. I'm Wally. And I freaking love this. I freaking love this. It is the cutest thing ever. But $81, once again, it's like, I just can't right now. I just can't do it right now. Now, when I hit 4K and I start doing my stuff and YouTube starts giving me the ad, and that's right, you know, my channel members, y'all support me essentially. I don't get shit from ads. My best videos, I'll get like $2 from the ads. So, Rowdy Rascals, you don't have to be channel members, but I truly appreciate you paying that 99 cents a month because it helps me keep the channel running. Like when I get that paycheck, I'm like, all right, let's go down that list and see what I can get. And it's all thanks to my Rowdy Rascals. And I couldn't keep doing this shit without you because 2025 was a very rough year. I'm hoping 2026 will be better. I'm going to work as hard as I can at work so I can come home and work as hard as I can on my channel and make it better for y'all. Make more content for y'all, more members only content, not just the members first videos. Stick to my members only live streams every 2 weeks, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate anyone that's watching, anyone that subscribes. You've helped me get this far. And I never thought I would. You know, when I first started, like, I saw Leia here commenting on some of my older videos, and I went back and I watched them, and I was like, oh, how could anyone watch my old videos? These were terrible. And that's the thing, like everyone starts there. No one is, I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, but like for the most part, no one is coming on in their first video is like highly produced, some crazy cut scenes, good lighting and all that stuff. We all started somewhere. And I started around 300 subscribers. That's when I started my channel, when I shifted over from where I had it. I had about 300 subscribers. Started getting subscribers. First year was very, very slow. And then it started to pick up 1,000, 1,500. We hit 2K and I was like, oh, wow, we're getting there. And then we just did the 2,500. Is it 25 or 35? We just did the 3,500 giveaway earlier this year. So we're getting there. We're getting to 4K and it's a lot of work, but I appreciate that y'all appreciate what I do. people don't care about video quality, they care about content quality. And that's the thing. Yeah, if people are if you're producing, thank you for that very truthful point. If people care about the content and they can tell that you're passionate and you speak to something in them, you don't always have to be the most entertaining person, but if there's some people out there that appreciate what you're doing and tell you that and subscribe based on watching your videos, that means that you're doing something right. And all you got to do is keep going, keep improving, look at what you could do better, and just keep going forward. I watched some junk quality. If you got now, then here's a good example. I'm not hating on anyone because we all know Mad Hatter. He just puts a camera down and starts talking about the toy, and then you have the other half of that, Nostalgia Unboxed, friend of the channel, who has these amazingly produced, amazingly entertaining videos, and they both have their own. Like Mad Hatter just made his own toy line. That's because his personality sells his content for, not sells, but his personality is the content, his takes. People want to hear what he has to say. And I'm stumbling over my words again. So like, and then Jonathan, of course, people want to hear what he has to say, but he's got that really catchy, like draw you in energy, and he's got the cuts and all that kind of fancy stuff. And it's just two ends of the spectrum. As long as you're putting the heart and soul into your content that you're making, you're golden. Put yourself out there. That's what I like about your videos. You weren't trying too hard, and I appreciate it. But when I tried it, I felt I've watched a few of your videos, Gene, and they're good. They're good. You'll get there. I'm subscribed to you. I've liked a couple of your videos. I may have even commented on a couple of them. It's just all about finding what works for you. You can always experiment a little bit. You can always change around the format, what you do, and what order, and all that stuff. I asked people. I said, "Do you want me to remove my intros and outros with my face in the video?" And people are like, "No, leave that in." And I guess that's part of my content. That is ingrained into my video, is me talking a little bit beforehand and then saying my goodbyes at the end. So I didn't cut it out because I made a poll and there was like 30 plus people that voted, and they all said, "No, keep your face in." And I was like, "Okay, well, there you go." And then people want to see the box. If I took the box out, people are like, "Why didn't you do that part?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll do that. That's part of my content." So it's all about finding what works for you, what resonates with people, and just building on that. And that is a big part of making content. And you're welcome. How long did it take before you got comments, like critical ones that helped? The thing is, a lot of people aren't critical about my content. The most people that come on and say mean stuff are talking about me and who I am, or me as a person, rather than my content. So I just kind of block that stuff out. If I really wanted constructive criticism, I would send it to someone who I trust and say, "Hey, can you tell me what I can do better? Can you explain to me what you like about my videos?" And generally they'll give you tips. And if they're a good friend, they'll tell you what you're doing wrong or what they don't like. Now, not everyone will be that honest, but if you find those people that will be honest and tell you, they will tell you. But back to the thing at hand here. I saw this the other day, and I still don't have a Kong figure. I really want a Godzilla and a Kong, and I'll be happy. I don't need anyone else. I like the designs from these movies, and this is the Kong 2.0. So this is a new improved one. I did talk about it a little bit already, but he's got butterfly joints. He's got this torso articulation. He's got his axe. He's got the Mecha Godzilla head. He's got a bunch of cool accessories. And you put that up against the SH Monster Arts, which is like over $100. Crusty old crow, how's it going? More toys to talk about? Absolutely. That's what we're talking about. Toys. I keep trying to figure out my long form video we talk about all the time. Nothing. I have 10,000 ideas, but nothing for a landscape video. Hey, you know what? I would say start, if you haven't done a top 10 video, I don't think you have. If you haven't done a top 10 video, I would say, you don't even have to format it that way. Just grab some figures that you liked. It doesn't have to be 10. It doesn't have to be 5. It just be like, I got these figures. I want to talk about them, and sit down, talk about them, record it, obviously, but give your opinion. Talk about why you like the toy. Break it down a little bit. Just let people know about you by the toys that you like best this year. And that's a good long form video. That is a good, not only is it a good way to get your opinions and your ideas out there and let people know how you feel and the way that you look at toys, it's also very algorithm friendly. I'll be honest, those videos always do well. Top 10 videos, top 5 videos, which is why another thing I want to do this year is start doing like top 10 banned videos from certain years, top 10 unreleased toy. I want to start doing stuff like that because not only is it fun and I like researching and learning new things, it's algorithm friendly and it's evergreen content. And that is the key word, evergreen content. Figure reviews for newer stuff are great in the moment. Like, if you get the figure before anyone else, you get the first video out there, that's a guaranteed thousands of views. But that being said, once the hype is gone for that figure, no one's clicking that. But if you're going back and talking about figures you had from 10 years ago, or the last couple years, ranking toys over the last couple years, that is very evergreen. That is very algorithm friendly because it is keeping things relevant, or it's someone searching for the best version of something and they're looking at your list to find it out. So, that's another thing to think about. Like, I know there's some people that are content creators in here. So I feel like it's a good time to talk about this while we're live. So there's just a lot of stuff that is behind the scenes that isn't really like mentioned by YouTube, like evergreen, algorithm friendly schedules, all that kind of stuff is stuff you really need to do. And I really need to get this Kong figure because I'm really excited by this. He looks fantastic. I've always wanted a giant gorilla figure, King Kong, and this is the giant gorilla. That articulation looks great with the butterfly joints, all these segments. I really like these legs, the way they did the knees. It looks great. And you get these head sculpts, these hands, the axe, the Mechagodzilla head, and the price. The price is the best part. $58.99. So that is I pre-ordered this. This is a cop for me. When they announced that 2.0 Godzilla, that'll be the Haya Godzilla that I get. Whatever it is that makes you see the toy differently from others, that's your strength to review a figure with. What makes you buy a toy is interesting. Absolutely. And that's why people will watch multiple reviews from multiple people. The people that they trust, the people that they go back to, they will go and get their opinion and someone else's opinion. And that's why we do what we do. So if someone's on the fence about a toy, they can weigh their options. You can have multiple biased or unbiased opinions, as many as you want. And that's the beauty of YouTube. I got the Monster Arts Kong, and it's one of the worst figures I got in 2025. How much did that shit cost? Because Haya is absolutely fucking killing it with giant monsters. Speaking of giant monsters, they do have 2 other ones, if my mouse will work, that are up for pre-order here. We got 2 figures for under $100 once again. And I don't know how articulated Mothra is. I feel like she's probably, her wings move. But we got the little kid monkey. I haven't seen this movie yet. I haven't seen New Empire. It's on my list. On the good list. My bad list, you don't want to know. But it's on the good list of things I need to do. So I need to watch that movie. For sure. I got it secondhand on Mercari for $40. Still not worth it. Well, that's the general consensus about Monster Arts is even if they're good, they're not worth how much they cost. So I apologize. I'm sorry. That sucks. Mothra is my favorite. I really like Mothra too. But see, I would prefer to just get a single release Mothra rather than get the little baby monkey because he looks kind of weird to me. I don't know the movie, the character at all, but I know he's a baby, but he just got that weird, uncanny look with the huge eyes and all that stuff. Mothra's cool. I'm sure they scale Diddy Kong. Yeah, pretty much. Minus the cap and shirt. Yeah, you get a cloth goods cap and shirt for him, and you got a little Diddy Kong right there. That's true. No Diddy. Just Diddy Kong. I really like the paint on Mothra's wings. She's very pretty. You can move the wings up and down. I don't know if that looks like those are kind of bendable, right? I went and got a hold of Maestro Venom William because I was late to Monster Force and I'm not paying. Well, that's the better figure. I got rid of my Kilowog because it kept falling over on my shelf and knocking stuff over. And I was like, I'm not going to put this giant werewolf figure away in my bin. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get rid of it. I used the money at Maryland Toy Expo and got some other stuff. So it was not a figure for me. I did apparently the Veteran Williams one. Apparently the Veteran Williams one is the better figure. Whatever Foray or Maestro Union, whatever they call themselves now, did with that figure that they didn't do with the Kilowog, that makes it a better figure, and that is the one to get. So, also, hello Joe, how are you? The Monster Arts Godzilla 2000 just came out. Is astounding. One of my top 10 figures of the year. Not worth the 120 I paid for him, and now I see him on shelves. So he's a great figure, but he's still not worth 120. I get that. It's, I'm sure without the import fees and all that stuff, and it being from Japan, it would be slightly less than that. But yeah, this 2-pack is cool. Haya's doing some great stuff. They really are. Like we've got Shimu. Is it Shimo? Okay, now this thing. All right, I have questions. I have questions. First of all, fuck Sylvester Stallone. Yo, Adrian, I'm gonna go over and hang out with Trump. Okay, fuck you, Sly. Secondly, I think they made this face look like that just to give him the middle finger because my God, did they do him dirty? This does not look. This looks like Sylvester Stallone at the end of the movie after he's had his face caved in multiple times. When he comes with the dog. But this is Rocky 2. Okay, so this is their Rocky 2 Rocky figure. They have Apollo Creed, right? They have what's the oh, didn't you see he was at I don't want to get into politics, but he's one of Trump's boys. He just got a Medal of Honor from Trump, and they're buddy. So yeah, I don't like him. He's not a good person. He's just not a good person. The dog is articulated, so I'll give Haya points for that. They actually do articulate animals, much like Hasbro. That's what I give Hasbro credit for a lot, is their animals. But yeah, this does not look like Rocky Balboa. I don't know if that other face is any better, but I can't zoom in on it to see. Oh, I can. Let's see here. Yeah, there's literally a picture floating around from like 2 days ago at the Kennedy Center, because I'll never call it the other thing, where him and a couple of other shitbags were getting honors from that guy, and shit-eating grin. And there's, the most Botox I've ever seen in one picture also. But that's beside the point. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It really does. That's why you never idolize somebody. Harrison Ford, he's my goat. I know Harrison Ford is a great dude. And I love him forever, but never put your eggs in one basket is what I'll say. But this does not look like Rocky. And I think that's the only Rocky that they have is, okay, no, they have, yeah, no, because this isn't Haya. So that is the Rocky that they're making right now for their Rocky line. Because I know they have what is the Russian dude's name? Hold on. Haya Rocky. And I love Rocky. I love those movies. I love First Blood. I love First Blood Part 2. But I do not love Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, they have Ivan Drogo. That's his name. They have Ivan Drogo, Apollo Creed, Adonis Creed, and then Rocky in his civilian gear from Rocky 2. So it's a little confusing. It literally sucks the life out of you. Look at Sly recently just saying, yeah, honestly, not enough Botox to keep that face up anymore. But yeah, that's just interesting that that's the Rocky that they went with. I don't know if it's a likeness issue, because they did the Rambo figures, and those Rambo figures look exactly like Sylvester Stallone in those movies. Fuck that guy though. What else did I have on my list? What else was on my list? How long have I been going for? It's a real question. Oh, we still got 15 minutes. We're good. We can look at these because I saw these and they're interesting. This is for Zeta Girls doing the Motu thing. These are like Motu styled Conan figures, right? That's what these are supposed to emulate. They have to be. What size are they? 5.5 inch. Yeah. Okay, so these are like old Motu figures, but Conan. And that's for Zeta, which is interesting that they're going this route. For $40 though. All of the Rocky figures for Haya is horrible as likeness. Yeah, they're not the best. It's crazy that they can, and some of the Walking Dead ones aren't that great either. The promo shots look good, and then in hands, like they don't look that good. But their Godzilla stuff, their Kong stuff, that stuff is fucking untouchable for the price. And I really want their major Kosanogi, the major from Ghost in the Shell. That looks like it'll be a great figure. I know some people are getting review copies early. I'm not one of those people because I'm not special enough. Haya Toys. You could send me Major Kosanogi. I would not be opposed to that. I would review the shit out of it. I have your Haya Judge Dredd. I like that figure. Haya Toys. Hello, call me. I'm just kidding. They'll never call me. I have to get way more subscribers for any of that. But I think these are interesting. I don't collect Motu. I do have some Conan stuff. I have Red Sonja. I have obviously the Frazetta Girls Conan. I do have the Epic Hacks Conan pre-ordered, so that'll be interesting. I just opened the Werewolf by Night. Yeah, he's terrible. My worst figure from Marvel Legends of the year. I mean, if you're having fun with it, that's really all that matters, right? If you're not, if a toy isn't fun, then it's a failure as a toy, first and foremost, regardless of what we as adults think. I should get review figures. I agree with you. I would even review this if someone sent it to me for free. I can't guarantee I would keep it, but yeah, it's just a Motu styled Conan for $40, which is probably the most expensive Motu styled figure I've ever seen. I could be wrong. Death Dealer, another popular figure Frazetta has drawn that we have multiple versions of. Very, very stylized. Told you, Rowdy. WBN was not it. WBN. What am I missing on the abbreviation, Leia? I'm sorry. You know I'd be smoking while I do this. Oh, this is John Carter of Mars. That's cool. We don't really see many John Carter figures. I mean, he looks just like Conan, but you know that was one of the biggest flops of all time. That Disney John Carter of Mars. That was like one of the biggest Hollywood flops ever made, which is crazy because apparently it wasn't that bad. I never saw it, but apparently it wasn't that bad. It was just, how do you market something with a half naked dude on Mars with a bunch of aliens? I don't know. I feel like that sells itself, but you know, it didn't get me into theaters. Stu, happy Thursday, Rowdy in the chat room. Happy Thursday, Stu. Happy New Year as well. Good to see you. See, it wasn't bad. Why keep the box? Enjoyed it. So, you know, if it's enjoyable, it means it's a decent movie. John Carter lost $300 million. Yeah, that's a lot of money to lose. I would love to have that much money to lose, but I would try my best not to lose it. But goddamn, that's a lot of money to lose. So those are interesting figures. Not in my wheelhouse whatsoever. What else did I have on my thumbnail? Can y'all remind me? I think I went through all the stuff that was on my thumbnail. I think I went through it all. Featured pre-orders. We already talked about that guy. That's 1/6. Oh, wait. First of all, and then I know where I'm going after this. Okay, so this is NECA. I've already stated I don't collect NECA, but hear me out. Some other company should make this figure. Mezco should make the Happy Death Day to You figure. Like, these movies are really good. I don't know if y'all have seen Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You, but those movies are so fucking fun. It's essentially Groundhog Day, but a slasher. Just like, there's another movie that has Vince Vaughn, who's also a piece of shit in it, where he swaps places with a killer, and then it's like, I don't know. But this is the movie that like is better. Happy Death Day to You and Happy Death Day are really fun. They're kind of like Scream mixed with Back to the Future, mixed with Groundhog Day. Freaky. Yes, that was the movie I was thinking of, Leia. Thank you. Thank you. But this guy is cool. I like the baby face killer. I think that's what they call him, the baby face killer. And I think it's really cool. Yeah, there's the two from Happy Death Day to You. Is this supposed to be from the second movie or the first movie? Happy Death Day. Yeah, this was a fun movie. I saw that and I was like, I saved a picture on my phone so I could talk about it. And then I would have forgotten if I hadn't seen the pre-order. It's NECA, so you get some stuff. You get a knife, you get a gun, you get a sledgehammer, a bat, some hands, some cupcakes, and another swappable, undamaged, unscuffed head. Yeah, it's not scary. It's like Scream isn't scary. It's just bloody. Like there's some kills in it, and you're like, oh, all right. But it's fun. It is fun. It's one of those horror movies that you can put on. It's not horror. It's a slasher. It's not a horror movie. Happy Death Day is a blast. So is the sequel. I like the sequel a lot. All right, let me take this off for a second while I look up, because I'm not going to get it, but I saw this and I was like, yo, son. Yo, son. All right, where? Oh, come on. Photos coming soon? You got me fucked up there. All right, we'll just go to Reddit for this. Shout out to Reddit for having the news. Hot Toys, Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones. I'm not a gore person. I'm not a like realistic gore person. I can't watch gore movies, but the copious amount of blood that comes out of people in horror movies, that shit doesn't bother me. However, if I get my blood drawn, that bothers me. I'll pass out if I see that shit. But this figure, like this likeness to Harrison Ford here, is pretty damn good. And in case you didn't know, so Temple of Doom is a prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's like 3 years before Raiders of the Lost Ark. And in the beginning of Temple of Doom, Indy is not a great, like always, he's in a questionable character on his actions, but he's got a moral compass. In Temple of Doom, he doesn't really have that moral compass. He's kind of like fortune and glory, kid. You know, that's his whole shtick. Until he comes across that village, and then until he sees those kids being whipped and chained up and enslaved, that is when the light bulb clicks in Indy's head, and you can see it. Like when he walks out of the shadows and he's backlit by like the flames of the Temple of Doom, that is when Indiana Jones became a hero. So Temple of Doom is a fantastic movie. I don't care what anyone says. As far as I'm concerned, Raiders, Temple, Crusade. That's the order they came out in, is the order that I like them. I love them all. But this is what Indiana Jones decided, hey, if I'm going to do this, I have to do the right thing. I can't just be in this, oh, I'm going to take this artifact away from these suffering people. I got to return it to them. And you see that character shift in that movie. And then in Raiders, of course, he's set up to obviously do the right thing for the most part. He's looking for the Ark so that the bad guys don't get it first, not because he wants to find it for the fortune and glory. He just doesn't want y'all know who to get their hands on it, which is a very distinguishing difference between the beginning of Temple of Doom and the beginning of Raiders Lost Ark. I 100% agree. Like Temple, like he got jacked for that movie, jacked by 80s standards. Like he had abs, he had the the biceps, you can see the veins in there. Definitely peak Harrison Ford in Temple of Doom. If I collected Hot Toys, I would be all fucking over this. My two favorite toys I got in 25 are Leo X Godzilla Playmates and Marvel Titan series Galactus for 15. Those are good, cheap, fun, playable toys. Spielberg said it's because no, it's because he was going through a divorce at the time and he made it really dark and broody and intentionally. And yes, there are some like not so great depictions in there. Is the depictions of a whole group of people that they show in that movie, not a whole group of people, but the thuggy cult, are there like some racial biases in there? Clearly. But it's a fantasy movie. The thuggies were an actual thing. They weren't like that. They weren't, what is it? Kalima? They weren't Kali worshippers. But thuggy was like a group of bandits in India that would kind of like sit on the side of the road and wait for colonizers, other people there that didn't live there originally, that on the side of the road, take them in and say, hey, I need help. And in the middle of the night, they would slit their throats and steal their money. So not a great group anyway. So I feel like using thuggy was the reasoning that they called it that, but regardless, you can't depict a whole group of people as like essentially Satan worshipers. So yes, it is a bad look, but there is some historical relevance to them calling them thuggy for that part. I will say it is a very dark movie. And I can see what, but so is fucking Gremlins. Gremlins is a dark movie. Spielberg does some dark shit well. Jaws is a dark movie, not in the same way, but you know, Spielberg is very good at that. And if he doesn't like the movie, that's okay because other people enjoy it. And it comes with the Sankara stones and the statue for the stand. That's really cool. Like such a great looking figure. If I collected Hot Toys, I would be all over this. People just don't like bad people no matter what. Kali Ma Shakti Day. Kali Ma. Jaws is dark and anti-shark. Listen, Jaws is the reason I hate the ocean. Jaws is the reason I will not go into the ocean further than like fucking 10 feet out. I'm terrified of sharks. I'm terrified of sharks. I know an orange tuggy. Don't we all? Don't we all? But yeah, this is a fantastic figure. And then on the other end of that, like, oh, you got the rope bridge too? Sweet. Jeff, Happy New Year's. Welcome. Good to see you. It is going to be a Happy New Year. I'm hoping for better things in 2026 for all who deserve it. Like, look at this likeness. Look at that. That is straight up Harrison Ford from the movie. I know sometimes likenesses are hit or miss with Hot Toys and other, but like, goddamn, shrink this down to 1/12. Shrink it down for me to 1/12. Make it affordable, and I will buy every single Indiana Jones that you make. I will buy a Raiders indie. I will buy a Temple indie. I will buy a Last Crusade indie with the tie. I will buy an older indie from Crystal Skull. I will buy an even older indie from Dial of Destiny. If they look like that and you shrunk them down. Can't wait for Retro Blasting to bitch about the belt not being the right belt. You think he'll really do that? Jaws is why my generation doesn't swim. I mean, I can't blame you. I really can't. But God, like sexy, beautiful Temple of Doom, Harrison Ford. Hello. I think it's like $350. So, oh my. Upper body made from silicone material. We got the bruises on there. I'm sure he's got the whip marks on his back. Like, I may have to buy my first Hot Toys, y'all. What the fuck? What is this? What are y'all doing to me, Hot Toys? I don't even like men, and here's sexy ass Harrison Ford on my screen and making me want to buy it. Like, stop. Did you see the video last year of the Russian 20-year-old being eaten alive? Oh yeah, I saw that. It was horrible. Another reason that yes, it rarely happens, but sharks will eat you if they're hungry enough. And that's why I refuse to give them the option. Not that tasty, sharks. Happy New Year to Jeff, to you, to everyone in the chat. We're going to be wrapping up here pretty soon. God, what a figure. This is insane. How much does he cost? Is Reddit going to tell me how much he costs? No, I didn't say. Temple of Doom is definitely a good look for Indiana Jones. All right, we got one more to look up. We'll talk about it for a second. Ah! I made myself disappear. Hot Toys. Battle damage, Spidey. All right, here we go. Is this the new one? Where's the new one? Yes. Here we go. I found it. Good old Reddit coming through 2 times now. I don't know about the likeness on this one. I can see Tobey Maguire, but I can't see Tobey Maguire. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I see it, but I feel like he was way more fucked up at the end of the movie as far as the suit is concerned. I feel like he had way more battle damage. The stitch mark is pointed downwards. The stitch is non-loop style. Ha ha. Ha ha. Hot Toys make sexy ass Harrison Ford. Ha ha. Everybody, I'm glad everybody's laughing. It is a sexy ass Harrison Ford. If no one can deny the sex appeal of Harrison Ford, man, woman, gay, straight, Harrison Ford, even now, but especially in the 70s and 80s, is a sexy motherfucking dude. Those whip marks aren't actually the same marks he has in the movie, but he has in the novelization, but only in the European edition. Oh my god, Jeff, that's hilarious. See, I know who you're talking about, and it's fun. That makes what makes it funnier to me. Like I know a lot of people like that guy, and I don't dislike him as a person. I just think he takes everything way too seriously when it comes to toys. Like yes, I like accuracy. Yes, I like it to look like the thing from the screen, but this is still toys we're talking about. Whether it's a Hot Toys, it's in the name, or an adventure series Indiana Jones or whatever. Like they're still collectibles made for the enjoyment of people. And if you don't enjoy them, you should stop collecting them or just stick to your old stuff that's so perfect. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Well, Leia likes this figure. This is how you do battle damage. I mean, I would like more damage. Like I feel like he had more cuts and skin visible at the end of the movie. Like I don't know. I may be wrong. I've known him for a long time, consider him a buddy. Yeah, it's fine. People have their likes and dislikes and agreements and disagreements, and it's all good. Yeah, why have a sword fight when I have a revolver? Love that scene. You know why he had to do that, right? Because he had dysentery on set. He was shitting himself. So he was like, we can't have this drawn out fight. I gotta go to the bathroom. So he just shot the guy, and they kept that scene in the movie because shooting schedules. And then you have the full mask look as well, which is pretty cool. Goblin glider as the base. They didn't have as many promo pictures here. What does it all come with? Go back to the beginning. We have to go back to the beginning, Marty. We have to go back. Entertain you while you drive? Jeff, how are you typing while you're driving? This doesn't seem like a safe situation, and I will not be held responsible. I will not be held responsible. Cat Mem, Kate Blanchett, Kate Who's What's It? I'm the same way about Batman, so fooey on me. And you know what? I'm a stickler for Spider-Man. I am also a stickler for like Indiana Jones. Like there's some stuff they could have done better on the Mezco, like made his revolver flap close and given him bendable whips and all that stuff. But you know what? It's still a toy as expensive as it was. And I love that Mezco Indiana Jones. That's why he's on my little background there. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jeff, do not type and jive. I do not condone that behavior. I will not allow it. Totally listen. But don't type and drive. We're gonna wrap up here in a second. I think I talked about everything, all the toy news. It's again a light week for toy news because it's the first of the year, literally the first day of 2026. For whatever reason, every time I live stream on Thursdays and most holidays land on a Thursday. Why am I bright white? There we go. I'm not so shiny anymore. Do you see this, Bella? This is the skin of a killer, Bella. You smell like roses. I like roses and cheese. Entertain me while I sit at my desk at home. That's much safer place to be while listening to the Rowdy Rundown. Also, if you're listening and not watching, you can't see this. Just kidding. There's nothing impressive there right now. I've been not lifting some heavy shit at work. Been lifting stuff, but it hasn't been that heavy. It's been a lot lighter after Christmas. So, what great publicity for you, Rowdy. Man crashes and survive while live streaming to Rowdy Rounds. Yeah, right? Like hey, I fucked it up. What am I supposed to say? There's no such thing as bad press. Press is press, right? That's what I was going for. Time to see the vet. Those pythons are sick. My studio half asleep. I put you half to sleep. Well, I either keep you awake or I put you all the way to sleep. There's no in between. Like, gotta pick a lane there. I gotta get more pink in my hair. It was so pink like 3 days ago, and now the pink is washing out. Even though I got permanent, semi-permanent, permanent in there, I need to get like a more permanent pink. I need to be as like pink as my new thumbnail. I gotta match that shit. I only slept like 2 hours. That sounds like me. I gotta work. I gotta get up before and then work until like 4 p.m. tomorrow. So Gotta be there at 4. Don't leave till 4. We have like a 3-hour break in between. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. So, with all that being said, y'all, I would hope not. I mean, I know it's just sugar water, but I would hope there's better alternatives. With all that being said, y'all, happy 2026. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper safe. May karma come for those who deserve it in 2026. May it reward those who deserve it in 2026. And I love y'all. I will see you next time. And bye-bye.
My safe word will be whiskey.
Sorry, Rod, what was that?
Whiskey.
Your friend's wasted, Anakin.
Check this out!
Pork chop sandwiches!
Freaking pump! I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day! Oh!
Man, he hit his ass with a porky toe, man. Nice.
God, I go to church every goddamn Sunday. You gonna bring the demons out of me?
No matter what you do, I will be proud of you, even if you receive a liberal arts degree. Baby time. It's baby time. Wait, I wasn't finished.
All right, give him the stick. Don't give him the stick.
You know my dad?
Oh,
G.I. Joe! What the fuck? This is my hat now. This is totally my hat.